Hey you guys! So this week I've been doing a lot of work for an e-course that I'm creating, and it's been a lot of filming and editing, and along with that there's all kinds of struggles. There's resistance as well as breakthroughs daily. There's a lot of doubt and uncertainty, and all of the different emotions that bubble up in the day can be pretty full on. So today I really just wanted to take 30 minutes to paint something for me. Something that I didn't have to think too much about or plan out. And I really just wanted to sit down and spread some colour around on my page without overthinking it. So I thought, seeing as I'm already surrounded by my filming setup, that I'd turn on my camera and just let you guys sort of watch over my shoulder. I'm just going to paint in my sketchbook because it's been a while. I'm just using a Strathmore mixed media art journal, and I love this sketchbook because the pages are nice and thick and it can handle quite a bit of water and a lot of layers, so it's really good. I'm going to be using gouache because, well, it's the best thing in the world, and here are a handful of colours I've selected. So I'm just going to use this palette that you can see has already got a lot of dry gouache on, but if I take my spray bottle and give it a light spray of water, I can actually reactivate all of this dry paint, which is one of the things I really love about gouache. I've got a few round brushes here, and I like to use brushes that are versatile. So these brushes, they hold a lot of pigments, but at the same time they come to a nice pointy tip, which is always handy. So I'm thinking I'll paint a colourful bouquet of flowers. I seem to be drawn to flowers a lot lately, and I'm loving painting with a more relaxed, looser style and just kind of letting the paint flow wherever it wants to go. So I'm going to sketch out a few rough sort of circles. This will be where the flowers will be, and I'm just putting in these circles to get a bit of a feel for the composition of the bouquet. So I'm just going to show you my palette, and I'm going to add a little bit of fresh paint on the palette. So just some pink, drop in a little bit of white near the pink, some green in a couple of shades, some fresh red paint, and I'm going to add a little bit of blue paint as well, and in between the red and the blue I can mix different shades of purple. Now I'm going to start putting some paint down. I'm just painting from my imagination. This exercise, it's definitely not about getting it right or perfect. I am a little bit conscious of the camera above me and the fact that I'm recording my process, so I'm probably not quite as relaxed as I would be if I didn't feel like somebody was watching me, but it's still a nice and relaxing way to paint because I'm not too concerned about the outcome. So I'm just really enjoying these brush strokes and the way that the colours all bleed together and create a magic of their own. I'm just going to drop in some colour and adjust things a little as I go. It's only been fairly recently that I've been really letting go of the end result and just letting the paint sort of do its own thing a bit more. Obviously I've sped this video up a little so you guys don't get too bored watching each brush stroke, but this painting didn't take much longer than 30 minutes. Even with all the faffing about I did setting up my camera. There's so many times I tell myself that I just don't have time to paint something like this, just for no reason. Usually I'm painting with an intention and a purpose, like filming for my course or doing a collaboration or custom work or creating something for my shop, and it doesn't leave me with a lot of spare time just to paint for me, if that makes sense. But I'm realizing that actually 30 minutes isn't very long, and I know I could easily steal 30 minutes from some of my Facebook, Instagram, emails, and you can actually achieve quite a lot in that time frame. It's all about building creative courage, and even sitting down with a paintbrush for 5 or 10 minutes is enough to gently flex that creative muscle. And these little sketchbook exercises can really fuel your creativity. I know for me, 5 or 10 minutes in my sketchbook so often turns to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or even an hour. And once you start, often the paint just starts to flow. And I really believe that creativity is just like a muscle, and the more that you use it, the stronger it gets, and the easier it is to show up and do those exercises. So if you haven't made time to explore your creativity for a while, it can feel like a big deal. I know if I haven't painted for a while, it gets harder and harder to sit down and paint. But I think the key is consistency and just showing up every day, even if it's just a short, fast exercise. It will create a sort of momentum and build up that creative courage. So, sorry, I just started kind of rambling on there, but I think my point is that if you want to be more creative but you don't feel like you have time, then try not to look at it as some huge, insurmountable project that will take up a huge chunk of time. And just maybe set aside 5 or 10 minutes, that's all. Everyone can find 10 minutes and just sit down and create something. Just sketch, just start somewhere and see what flows and where your creativity takes you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and if you want to know more about the materials that I use in the video, or if you're curious about painting with gouache, then make sure you enroll in my free e-course, Get Started with Gouache. This course will open up a whole world of colour and creativity to you, and I know that you'll love using gouache. So I'll leave the link to enroll below this video.